What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Zero Lab. Today we are playing some more TCG Pocket. We have an exciting deck to show off today. This is a Venusaur EX with Executor EX. This is a powerful grass type deck. Definitely not one of the strongest decks in the game, but if you're a big Venusaur fan, this is one of the best ways to play it. And we're going to show you the deck list here and then get into a couple of games and see how we can do with this deck. Like I said, definitely not like the highest tier deck in the game, but if you're a Venusaur fan or if you just happen to have pulled these cards and you're trying to build a more competitive deck, this is definitely something that you could play. So taking a look at the deck list here, we have 2 Bulbasaur, 2 Ivysaur, 2 Venusaur EX, 2 Execute and 2 Executor EX, 2 X Speeds, 2 Pokeballs, 2 Research, 2 Erika, and Sabrina. And Erika is really cool. It just heals 50 damage from one of our grass Pokemon. And obviously Venusaur EX and Executor EX both have very high health points. So we are able to sort of tank hits with them and then heal them off with that Erika. The Executor is sort of our first attacker. That Tropical Swing attack doing 40 plus 40 more if we flip heads for just a single energy. And while we are attacking with that Executor, we're trying to power up our Venusaur EX on the bench. Obviously, it takes 4 energy to attack with that big attack there, that giant Bloom, but that'll do 100 and then heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. So it's sort of a tank and heal style deck here with this Venusaur, and we'll see how we are able to do in a couple of random matches with this Venusaur deck. Let's see here. All right, are we going first or second? That is the question. Looks like we were going first, and that's all right because we are an evolution deck, so we want time to evolve, and our Execute it just attacks for a single energy, so we're fine missing that turn 1 energy attachment. And it looks like we already have our whole Bulbasaur line in our opening hand. I'm just going to save the research. I just don't want to get red carded. We have such a good hand right now. I don't want to get red carded. If I just research and have a 5-card hand, they're more likely to red card me. And I just really do not want that to happen. Now we're just hoping that our opponent flips tails on this Misty. If they flip a bunch of heads, we are in trouble. All right, just 1 extra energy attachment coming down turn 1 for our opponent. This Hydro Pump is a very strong attack for this Lapras. But they obviously need a lot of energy to get it to that point. So they're just going to be doing 20 damage to our Execute here. And we'll see what we can do on our turn. Draw into the Ivysaur. We are going to research now. We want to find Executor EX for sure. Can we draw into that? Looks like no. So we're going to Pokeball. Get our second Bulbasaur here. And we're just going to be attaching 2 Bulbasaur then, because we did not find the Executor. And this Lapras needs 3 extra energy, so if they Misty again, they could Hydro Pump for knockout, or if they Giovanni, they can Hydro Pump for knockout. So we're just going to hope that they don't have that. Buy us an extra turn with this Execute in the active. They do have the second Misty. That could be tough for us. But they flip tails. Let's go. That's what we needed. That's what happens to me usually when I play Misty. Looks like they do have the Meltan as well, so we might have to deal with a Melmetal later in this game. But Hydro Pump here going to do another 20 to our Execute. They're starting to load up that Bruxish on the bench as well. Pokeball here going to go find us our last basic in the deck, that other Execute. We'll bench that. Attach for turn to Ivysaur. Evolve into Venusaur. Evolve the other Bulbasaur into Ivysaur. I'm just questioning whether I want to Erika this Execute, but I don't think I do. I think it's fine to let them take that knockout. And then we're going to be using that Erika to heal up this this Venusaur EX. So we'll end our turn there. Our opponent going to use X Speed. retreat out of that Lapras into Meltan. Using that a mass attack. Alright, we've got 2 Venusaur EXs in play. No sign of our Executors yet. But we'll just end our turn there and see what our opponent does. I kind of want them to take the knockout on this Execute. We evolve into that Melmetal. And just a pass from our opponent. Can we get the Executor? Looks like no. We're just going to get those energies onto the Venusaur EX. Alright, they got that heavy impact powered up. They take 20 less damage from attacks. And our opponent takes the first prize. But we're going to go into this Venusaur EX fully powered up, ready to use that giant Bloom attack. And we're going to start attaching energy to our benched Venusaur EX. We finally find our Executor EX. And we're just going to swing for Giant Bloom into this Melmetal. We are two-shotting it. And then we heal 30 from ourselves whenever we attack. Obviously our opponent hasn't attacked us yet, but we have Erika in hand and the Giant Bloom to heal ourselves. So I think we're going to be in a good spot. Let's see, how much does this Bruxus do? 70 if we have damage counters on. See what our opponent does here. I wonder if they're deciding whether or not to retreat out of the Melmetal. I think when you have the opportunity to hit me for 120, you just do it. Looks like our opponent has conceded, however. Alright, so we win that first one. Had a tough time finding our Executor EXs, but we ended up getting there with the Venusaur. We'll jump into a second game here. Just hoping to avoid those fire decks, that's for sure. Not sure there's any beating the Charizard deck with this deck. Alright, we're going first again. Hopefully we can start the Execute. It looks like we do. We have the Executor in hand to start with this game, which is nice. And we'll just start the battle. I was about to bench that Bulbasaur, but we'll just let it play out. Our opponent is playing the Onyx Golem deck. And that is really good for us because we hit that for weakness. So we are going to bench the Bulbasaur here. And then we're just going to end our turn. We've got the Clobbopus as well. Attach for turn onto the Onyx for our opponent. We're going to Pokeball here. Hope to find another Execute. But we got our second Bulbasaur. That is fine as well. Evolve and Execute. Attach for turn. And then we are going to Tropical Swing, doing at least 60, but hopefully 100. And we do hit the head, so we will do 40 extra damage. And with the weakness, we are going to hit that Onyx for 100. Now we just need to start drawing some cards, get our Ivysaurs so that we can evolve up into our Venusaur, start finding our Erikas so we can heal off any damage our opponent starts doing to us. It looks like they're going to start powering up that benched Graveler, just sacrificing this Onyx. So I'm going to attach the Bulbasaur here, and then I just want to check what this Grab Block does. Knockback, switch your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. Alright, so we are going to Tropical Swing for the knockout. Hit Tails, but it doesn't matter here. And we'll see what our opponent's able to do. We take the first prize. Vine Whip does 60 to Golem, which is sick as well. Even if we don't find our Ivysaurs, that's alright. Our opponent's sending up that Grap Locked, I imagine just buying themselves some time so that they can keep powering up that Graveler on the bench. We need to start drawing some cards as well ourselves. Our turn now. We get our other Execute. Attached to the bench to Bulbasaur. I'm tempted to Sabrina here, but our opponent has also conceded. All right, 2 for 2 with the Venusaur deck. Let's jump into a game 3 and see what we can do. Jumping into a game 3 here. And we are going second now. So we will get that turn 1 energy attachment. We have Erika, Sabrina, Pokeball, and a Venusaur in hand. So hoping that Pokeball finds us a Bulbasaur. We want to start being able to evolve up into that Venusaur EX eventually. That'll all hinge on finding our Ivysaur first. Oh, we have to find our Bulbasaur first and then our Ivysaur. Looks like we're going against a fire type deck, which is pretty tough for us here. We will get the first attack in, but this is definitely going to be a tough matchup for us with that weakness. Opponent starts with a Research. Going to have a pretty good hand. They have a Vulpix down. Ninetales has pretty good damage output, so definitely going to be a tough matchup for us. Alright, our turn now. We do draw into the Ivysaur, so we really want to get Bulbasaur off of this Pokeball. We do. That is so good. Alright. Start attacking into this Magmar with the Execute. And we just need to have a little bit of time to power up this Bulbasaur and get it going. If we could draw into the Executor EX, that would be very nice. Pokeball coming down from our opponent. Second Magmar. Attaching the energy to the active Magmar and then probably just pass here from our opponent. Alright, our turn, another Venusaur EX. We're just going to evolve into Ivysaur, attach energy. I think we got a Sabrina. We just need to buy ourselves some time. We can't just let them power up this Magmar fully. We need an extra turn. But if they just have the X speed, they can just easily retreat out of this Vulpix into Magmar. We've got a pretty big hand as well. We need to start finding some draw power ourselves. Get the evolution into that Ninetales. Attach for turn onto the benched Magmar. If they just pass here though, that's super good for us. Nope, there is the X speed. Yikes. Thankfully we do have the Erika in hand to heal as this Magmar starts to do damage to us, but it's going to be doing 70 to our Venusaur. Obviously that 3 shots the Venusaur, but we're not even attacking yet, so we need some help here for sure. X speed, not going to do it for us. Evolve into Venusaur. And sadly, it's just a pass here. Our opponent now able to start powering up their other attackers. we definitely need to find some draw power as well. So we're drawing into more Erikas. And another Executor is probably what we need. Not going to be able to have time to power up another Venusaur, but we might be able to use Executor EX. Blaine come down, Magmar going to do plus 30. So now what are they hitting us for, 100? Yikes. That's no good. Yeah, if they have another Blaine, we are probably cooked. We're going to Erika here. That's going to heal 50. Razor Leaf going to take the knockout. And now next turn we are one-shotting everything on their board, so that is nice. The question is just, what are they able to do? Another Blaine would end the game here. Flamethrower would do 140. There it is. The Blaine comes down. Like I said, we were hoping to avoid the fire-type decks. Couldn't quite do it. Had some unfortunate draws as well. Obviously, we didn't play, I don't think, any researches. So that's just how it goes sometimes. But if you were hoping to play Venusaur EX, this is the way to do it for now. Another thing you could do is play the Weezing and the Kogas, so you kind of tank with the Weezing as you build up the energy on your Venusaur. That's another way to play the deck, but I find the Executor to be a lot of fun as well. So I hope that video helped you. If you liked it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.